recall that when we started studying the Samasa Prakranam, we first introduced the concept of vritti. The term vritti, of course, has many meanings, but in the formation of words, it has a meaning of integration or aggregation and is defined by the grammarians as parartha vidhanam, meaning a word form giving an aggregate sense different from the exact literal sense of its constituents. That's called a vritti. And at that time, we went through the 5 kinds of vritti. First one is the kridanta vritti, which of course we have already studied. The krit affixes are prescribed by Pāṇini in the section starting with the sutram 3193, kridating. So we add these krit affixes to verbal roots to create a pratipadikam. So this is a kind of a integration or aggregation. For example, if we take the verbal root bhuj, add the affix jhain, we create a masculine pratipadikam bhoga. The meaning of bhoga, of course, is enjoyment. So this is how we use the sense of the verbal root, add an affix to create a aggregate sense, in this case the sense of an abstract noun. Hence this formation qualifies as a vritti. The second kind of vritti is a tadhita ghatita vritti. The tadhita affixes are prescribed by Pāṇini in the adhikaraha tadhitaha, which is the sutram 4176. We have not studied these affixes in detail yet. We will be doing that a little bit later. But we can take a small example here. Consider the pratipadikam shura. It's an adjective meaning brave. We add to that its adhitaha affix shain and create a new pratipadikam shaurya. Shaurya means bravery. The vigraha is shurasya bhavaha shauryam. This is how we create a new aggregate word form to convey a sense which is not just the exact literal sense of its constituents. The third kind of vritti is a samasa vritti, which we have recently studied in great detail. That section of the Ashtadhyayi, of course, is the adhikaraha, which starts from 213, prakadarat samasaha. The fourth kind of vritti is ekashesha vritti. This is a section in the Ashtadhyayi which runs down from 1 to 64. Sarupanam ekashesha ekavibhaktau, and goes down to the end of that second quarter of the first chapter of the Ashtadhyayi. This is the section we are going to be looking at now. But before doing that, let us just finish the fifth kind of vritti, which is sanadyanta dhatu vritti. The affixes san, etc. are prescribed by Pāṇini, starting with the sutram 315, guptij kidbhyas san, down to the sutram 3132, sanadyanta dhatavaha. These are the derived roots which are created from the primitive roots by adding these affixes. So we have studied the kridanta vritti, samasa vritti, sanadyanta dhatu vritti, and now we are going to take the ekashesha vritti. Sometimes you may find the ekashesha prakaranam being almost combined with the samasa prakaranam, but this is not a part of the samasa prakaranam, because a single padam cannot be called a samasa. You need something more than a padam to be called a compound, a samasaha. So even though there are some similarities here, please note this difference between the ekashesha prakaranam and the samasa prakaranam. As the name implies, ekasheshaha means only one padam remains, and that being the case, it clearly cannot be a samasaha. In fact, the ekashesha vritti is a apavadaha, an exception to the dvandva samasaha. For example, take hamsi cha hamsascha, which we'll be looking at details shortly. But we can see that the sutram charte dvandvaha becomes applicable here. It authorizes a dvandvaha compound. But this sutram 1267, uman striya, comes and says that only the masculine form remains when used with the feminine form, provided that the difference between the two forms is only due to gender. So rather than forming a dvandva samasaha, we take only the masculine form hamsa and keep that as the single remainder and get hamsi cha hamsascha equals hamsau. This is how this ekashesha vritti is a apavadaha, exception to the dvandva samasaha. Okay, the rules pertaining to the Ekashesha Vritti comprise a small section of the Ashtadhyayi. It is a section of 10 rules running down from 1 to 64, Sarupanam Ekashesha Ekavibhaktau, down to the end of that second quarter of the first chapter of the Ashtadhyayi, which is down to the Sutram 1 to 73. The first sutram we are going to take in this section is the Sutram 1 to 67, Puman Striya. Quite a straightforward sutram. Vritti says, Striya Sohoktau Puman Shishyate Tallakshana Eva Visheshaschet, which means that only the masculine form remains when used with the feminine form, provided that the difference between the two forms is only due to gender. The note clarifies that the anuvritti of Tallakshanashchedeva Visheshaha comes down from the Sutram 1 to 65, Vruddho Yuna Tallakshanashchedeva Visheshaha, into the Sutram 1 to 67. Simple example here is Hamsicha Hamsascha, a female swan and a male swan, equals Hamsau, two swans. Note here says, Yashishyate sa lupyamanartha vijai, meaning that the one in the present example, Hamsa, that remains also denotes the meaning of the one present example, Hamsi, that gets elided. Hence the dual case ending is now used following Hamsa. So even though Hamsi is not being used in the final form, its meaning is being expressed by Hamsa. So that is why we have to use the dual case following Hamsa, because it's expressing the meaning of Hamsa and Hamsi. The final note here says that Tallakshanashchedeva Vishesha Ityeva, Tallakshanaha Chet Eva Visheshaha Iti Eva. The present sutram does not apply if the difference between the two forms is not only due to gender. For example, Kukkutascha Mayuricha equals Kukkuta Mayuriyau, a rooster and a peahen. Here the two words differ not only in gender, but also refer to different species. Hence the present sutram cannot apply. There is no Ekasheshaha.